fucking reality. So everything that you're not willing to, everything you're not willing to do in this reality that requires you to be sexual, like I'm being sexual with you and everyone else, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all times a Buddha zillion?
Yes.
Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod and pock, short, spoils, and beyond. And truth, would you have sex with Mother Teresa?
No.
Because she's dead? Why wouldn't you have sex with Mother Teresa?
I don't know.
Okay, so everywhere you've been entrained in this reality that having sex with someone who's dead is not a good thing, or someone who's old and wrinkly, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all times a Buddha zillion?
Yes.
Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod and pock, shorts, boys and beyond. Okay, so everywhere you're not willing to receive is where you're not willing to have sex. So sexualness is actually the lowest harmonic in this reality of receiving. So if you're willing to be sexual and have sexualness with the co-creation of this reality with other people, that means you're willing to receive from them. So everywhere you're not willing to have sex, it doesn't mean you have to put two and two together and bump and grind. It means you have to be open to the energy that they're giving and you're receiving. So if you're not open to receiving the energy, the orgasmic energy of life, which is sexualness, then you're not willing to co-create a new reality that this whole planet is waiting to co-create with you. Because the lowest frequency on this harmonic plane is the act of bump and grind, that's sexualness. But the higher frequency of sexualness is the energy of co-creation, and we're co-creating. It's an act of sexualness. It's a rebirthing of a new reality that we're all doing. And everywhere you're saying no to that co-creation and to that that the birthing of life, because birth is, you have so much negativity around this idea of birth that you can't imagine a woman being able to give birth to many other kids from other people, is because you're not willing to be able to open to the birthing that you can give to this reality and create a new reality. So everything that is and everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod and pock, shorts, boys and beyond. Okay, we can go on for like 5 hours on this one subject.
And we don't have to, but I want to say something.
Okay.
Because it's just even that now I'm going not a healer, okay?
Okay.
I am about to kick your ass, Corey. Is what I'm about to do. So you may need healing for your ass in a minute. But the way you even ask the question, okay? I would have been a lot happier if you said people who have multiple, babies with multiple partners, because do you have a problem with men who have children with different women that they've been with? Corey? No, you don't. I already know the answer. So that you have to think about, please. You know what I mean? Why is it okay for men? You guys are all about to elect a guy called Donald Trump. I don't know how many people he has kids with. You know what I'm saying? So you have it in your mind that these women are whores or something like that. And so when a woman has had, babies with different partners, it doesn't make that on its own doesn't make a statement about that woman and who she is or how worthy she is, and so I just got the idea, just even the energy of the way you asked the question was that you would be okay with men who have babies with multiple partners, but you have a really bad idea about women who do. And maybe if you think about it in that way, that will also help you. But Tim has cleared you of all of this, and so now you won't have a problem with those women.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you that to chew on, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Corey, for calling, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Good luck with all that. Good luck with all that sex you can start having now with everybody dead and alive.
I was a punk rocker back in the 80s, and there was a song by TSOL called I Want to Fuck the Dead. It says, I want to fuck the dead. He says, she's never on the rag or says, leave me alone. She doesn't moan or she doesn't groan. She doesn't even mind if I shoot in her hair. She just lies there and smiles and she stares.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my punk rock days. I'm not into that stuff. But anyway,
That's good.
the good thing is, I brought up a lot of Shikyu stuff, which is a lot of deep. I was saying that sex is the lowest frequency of receiving, not of the lowest frequency on the planet. I meant to say of receiving, which means receiving is the energy like you're able to get from another person. It's like a sexual energy. The lowest frequency of that receiving is the copulation, but the higher frequency is just the oneness that we all truly be if we know who we truly are, which we're infinite beings from time without beginning. Which there's only one religion that talks about time without beginning, and we could talk about that religion because there's no other religion that talks about such an idea. All the other religions that I know of have a beginning, which Buddhism doesn't have a beginning and it doesn't have an end. Everything is secular, and it keeps going and going. It's infinity. It never started, never ended, never will. It always will be, and it always will be changing. The only thing is change. Cyclical. Thank you for spelling it.
Absolutely. Cyclical, yeah. So now, if anybody else who's there...
Brave enough.
Called in, yeah. Dan was here earlier, and he's not here now. Unfortunately, we had one of our regular listeners called in the other night, and his wife has been re-diagnosed with cancer, pancreatic cancer again, and so I had hoped that we would be able to get him to call in and talk with you, but he's not here. What would you say? Can you do any kind of a clearing now or
Definitely.
any kind of a healing now that could be picked up by Dan's wife? Should she watch this later?
Definitely. So, awesome. The first thing I always do with my clients who have cancer is I usually ask them truth. Every time you say truth before you ask a question, the subconscious mind will only allow you to either say the truth or to say something that will allow the other person to know who said truth that you're lying. So it's good, under your breath you can say truth, but I always ask my client who has cancer, I say, truth, have you decided to die yet?
Right.
Because a lot of people have decided to die, and they are using cancer as a way out. And either it's a way out of their marriage, or it's a way out of their job, or it's a way out of their wherever they're living, they don't want to live anymore, or whatever. So I usually ask that question. The first thing is, have you chose to die?
Right.
And if I ask the word truth before I say it, and they say, no, I haven't decided to die, usually I can know that they've decided to die if they're lying to me, because how they say it. Just like you knew what he was talking about, and I could have went into that too, because I had the same point of view that I only wanted to have a relationship with a virgin when I was younger. And because I thought, people who slept around, men, I guess I didn't think men were problems, but women were. So I guess that's part of our culture. And one of my newest songs that I have a video out, it's called Her Story, not His Story, not History. So it's about witch burning, which I was a part of the witch burning era, although I was in England at the time.
Who's talking? Mary Margaret?
Mary Margaret.
Okay. Somebody called in and they got unmuted.
Okay. So anyway, that's the first thing I have to find out. If they have chose to die, what I want to do is I want to rescind, recant, renounce, destroy, and uncreate all oaths, vows, commitments, fealties, communities, and other obligations they have to death, and to using death as a way out, because death is not a way out. So no matter how many times you kill yourself, there you are. You'll be born anew in life, and you'll go through the same shit you went through before because you haven't decided you're the infinite being.
Hang on. I muted the wrong anonymous. Okay. There's two anonymouses, and I muted us instead of them.
That's okay.
Good God. Okay. Start over with that about
Yeah, I usually ask them. So I'm just going to say this to everyone on the call who's using disease and any other illness as a way to check out of this reality because they don't want to be here, for whatever reason. Would you be willing to and you're going to say yes for all of them. Would you be willing to rescind, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all oaths, vows, commitments, fealties, and communities you have to using death or sickness as a way out and to killing yourself?
Yes, I'll say yes on behalf.
Yes, and it's going to clear for everyone who has this, and anyone says yes in the future, they're going to hear this, they're going to say yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys and beyond. Okay, so that's the first thing I have to do. Until I can get a strong muscle test that they're not willing to die, and if they are still using the dying program, then I do what's called exit stage left, which allows them to die quicker. So if I have a client who wants to die, I'll do exit stage left, and that is a clearing that allows them to die in peace. Because a lot of people want to die, and they're trying to use disease, and they're trying to use all this other stuff to kill themselves. And I just, if they want to die and I can't get them, I work for about a month or a half, and I can't get them to promise me that they're not trying to kill themselves, then I will do exit stage left, which allows them to die in peace, because they'll get rid of all their stories about having to live and having to kill themselves with disease, and they'll just check out.
Right.
Car? Okay, hold on, my wife. Oh, my key's beeping. Sorry, I brought my key up. My wife. I have a key, and my car's underneath where I'm sitting right now, and the alarm's beeping on and off because I have the key next to me.
Oh.
So I don't know with these new cars in Japan where you have a key that if you walk towards the car, the alarm goes, or it unlocks all the doors. If they live in a small house like I live in, underneath my room is my garage. So I have to put the key in another room down the hallway over there in order for my alarm not to go off all night. Okay, but anyway,
Gotcha.
We're talking about death and dying. So
Yeah.
I do recommend everyone read the last book of, what was her name? She wrote the book on death and dying. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Her last book, she goes into her mystical experiences and her channeling and her. She saves it to the last 4 chapters, and she starts going into, because she knew she was going to be dying, and she died after that. I think she died. It was her last book she ever wrote. She started talking about all the stuff she never talked about in the academic world, and it was really, really interesting because there's no way out. You can kill yourself 1,000,000 times, and there you are. So I don't know that I've killed myself ever before, but I tried to kill myself in 19...
Well, if you had sex with a shrimp and everything else, I'm sure you killed yourself at least once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and every 5 seconds...
You're basically saying if you've lived 1,000,000 lifetimes, you've done it all.
I've done it all. I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
But I mean, whether you kill yourself or you don't kill yourself, the physical body dies at some point, and there you are.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
But I'm starting to realize that the program of aging is actually an accepted reality that you can opt out of, which I'm starting to see because I went to my 10-year reunion about 20 years ago, and everyone was old, and I was like, who are all these old people? My 10-year high school reunion. My 30-year reunion is coming up, and I still, every year, they keep getting old, and seem like I'm getting younger. So what I found out is one of the reasons why I found out that I was...
You're coming up on 50?
Well, yeah, I'm coming up on going to be 50 in 5 years. So,
Okay.
so anyway, most people think I'm 28, but I don't think I'm 28.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not really 50. I'm not really 40 because when I was 2 years old, or when the kid was 2 years old, I saved him from getting hit by a truck, and I went under the car. So at that point, I didn't have the programming of this reality, which is most of it is in the third trimester in pregnancy is where you pick up all the I'm getting old, I'm getting fat, I'm getting all that stuff. So a lot of my relatives are fat. I'm not fat because I didn't pick up that program from my mom. So, but the thing is, whether you're a walk-in or not a walk-in, whether I'm a walk-in or not, I believe, my body believes I am. Whether I am or not, it doesn't really matter. But the good thing is, you can deactivate these programs of aging because they are programs. So whether we can live forever, I'm sure at one point if I live to be 100, I live to be 575, I'm gonna go, okay, I'm tired of fucking changing identities because I'm gonna have to hide from the the secret police that tries to say you can't be that old. We're gonna put you in a crazy home. We're gonna put you So you're gonna have to be hiding from all these people that think this reality is not possible to live to 500. So you're gonna get tired of that after a while, and you're gonna go, okay, I'll just shut this program down and move to a new body. But anyway, until that happens, I don't know. But I think I'm about at least 40,000 years in the current manifestation I'm in now, because I was a walkout my last life. But anyway, that's a long story. But aging doesn't have to be. So I've seen people who looked super old with twin brothers and twin sisters, and one looks younger because they adopted a whole different way of thinking, and the other should be identical twins got really old because they bought into all the reality that tells them that every year you celebrate a birthday, you're going to get older, you're going to be able to hear less, you're going to be able to see less, you're going to be able to have sex less, you're going to you're not going to be able to get it up, it's going to get limp, all this stuff. It's not true. You can buy into that program and you can take Viagra, but you don't really need to. So anyway, we're going off on a lot of tangents. We are going about cancer. Okay, so killing ourselves.
Well, no, wait a second.
Okay.
The woman wants to live. She survived her first diagnosis, and she's seeking all kinds of health and alternative health. She's not giving up, rolling over, or anything else like that. She wants to live. She is not looking to die, and so that's what I'm focusing on for her.
Okay, so then once I get past that point, I know they want to live, which is very few. So she might be one of the exceptions. So what I do then is I find out what is contributing to the cancer, and I start using one of the many charts I have. The body code is the most thorough chart, so I'm going to use it now on her behalf. I have the old and the new body codes. So there's some good things on the old one, and there's some on the 2.0, which is the new version. That's better, but I like the old one and the new one. So I have both of them open now on my computer, and I'm making a video behind me, so I'll put that on YouTube so people can see what I'm actually doing here, because you can't see it on the screen. I don't want to share a screen, it slows things down. So I ask on this chart here, is there something that's contributing to her production of cancer and cancer cells? Yes. Okay, the first thing is energy. So, okay, the first thing is a trapped emotion, which is, as I say, it's 80 to 90% of all the things. So rejection. So the first trapped emotion is rejection. Do we need to know anything more about it? No. Does she have hundreds? Does she have thousands? Does she have millions? Does she have billions? These millions of trapped emotions of rejection, can we release them all at the same time? Yeah. Do we need to know anything more? We should go these from her body, mind, spirit, energy system, and wherever else they might be. Are these all gone? Yeah. Okay, is there anything else contributing? No. Okay, whether that's the only thing, we'll never know until we talk to her again or until we do another healing session on her. Does she... Yeah, we could do more healing. Okay. Some people's body will only allow one or two things at a time, and depending on, especially when we're on a healing call where there's more people's bodies working together. What I found on all of my healing calls is the healing can be exponentialized by the fact that there's other people listening in, because we actually are all co-creating this reality, and everyone listening in, whether you're listening in on the replay or you're listening in on wherever you're listening in, you're going to be contributing to her healing and multiplying the effect. So I'm going to go to the old body chart because the new one's not working. So she also has some nerve structural misalignments of the neck, cervical spinal cord. Is there an underlying reason for this nerve? No. Could I just realign it? Yeah, realigning all of the cervical and spinal cord nerves and just the cervical spinal cord nerve. Okay, is it now realigned? Yeah. Is there any other nerves that are misaligned? No. Does she have any other misalignments? Is there anything else on this old? I'm using the old one because now the new one's not wanting to. When I have too many programs open, the new one takes too many memories, so I use the old one. Okay, so she has some mental energies to release. No will to live. Okay, so this trapped energy of no will to live, it's not inherited, this is hers. So at some time in her life, she could have said, I don't want to live. Whether she wants to live now, that trapped energy could be in her body, so until we release it, subconsciously, her body doesn't want to live because she has the program. So do we need to know anything more about this no? No, can we release it? Is there hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions? These billions of no will to live energies can release them all at the same time. Yeah. Do we need to know anything more? We should call these from her body, mind, spirit, energy system, and wherever else they might be. Are these all going? Yeah. Does she have any other ones? No. Is there anything else on this body code chart that she needs to work on? Yeah. She needs herbs. Okay. Can I download?
She's on that.
Okay.
She's doing all that.
Her body says corn silk.
Okay.
Can I download corn silk for her? Yeah. Okay, downloading all the corn silk from the matrix field into her body, mind, spirit, energy system, and wherever else she needs it. I had another healer come on to... Every time I've had a new healer come onto my radio show, I downloaded right away their whole healing modality. That's why I have all these unnamed ones, because I don't want to name them.
You're a thief, eh?
Yes. I steal from
you asked for permission.
No, I'm here to I'm the bull in a china shop in this matrix field because I'm here to recreate a new reality. So I have to download and upload everything because my body is actually your body. Everyone's body is constantly doing what's called.
You can have mine, buddy.
Yeah, my body is your body.
You download from me, man. You think you got problems now? Okay. So back to that lady, and then I have someone else that's listening in, and he's due for surgery tomorrow. So
Okay.
I want to get on to him.
Okay, we're going to do one last thing on the cancer on her body. So the corn silk, she has enough corn silk now. But taking it might help. I don't even know what corn silk is and what it does because I've never had actually that come up. This body code chart has so many different things. So chakras, her chakras imbalanced or misaligned or something. It's a solar plexus. Is there an underlying reason? No. Could we just realign it and reboot it? Yeah. Rebooting and realigning her whole solar plexus chakra and allowing it to oscillate. I don't know why that word came to me, oscillate. It's oscillating now. I've never had it described as oscillation, but that's the picture that came to my mind when I saw it move again. So, it's... Oh, that's what it was. Okay, it was going counterclockwise and it wanted to go clockwise. Okay, so now it's going clockwise. Is there something else we need to do about it? No. And I've never had that come up. The coolest thing is when I'm on a radio call, that's where a lot of the healing modalities that I don't yet name come up because I pick up energies that are not normally described. So I have to change my definitions of what I do. And all definitions and all words are limitations. So I try not to define what I do because it will limit its ability to be infinite. And even when I say I'm a walk-in, that's a limitation because I'm probably more than that. I'm everything and everyone and multi-orgasmic. Oh, no, I'm a. Anyway, I don't have words for it. It's beyond words. I'm just. I is that I always is. I am that I am. I be that I be. Whatever you want to say. Beyond words. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so is that... No, let's just do one more thing on the cancer. Whether it'll go away now, who knows? Some people take many sessions. I haven't. We got to do something more with the cervical spinal cord. There's some trapped emotions there. Okay. Trapped emotions of grief. Do we need to know anything more about it? Does she have hundreds? Does she have thousands? Does she have millions, billions? And these were all these were when her cervical spinal cord column was being produced in her second or first trimester in the womb was when this grief was picked up from her dad. So, and it's inherited, so it goes back many generations, thousands of generations, millions of generations, billions of generations, trillions of generations. These millions of generations can I release it from everybody. I release it from her and her dad and her grandpa and her great-grandmother's great-grandmothers all the way back to wherever it came from. Is this all gone? Yeah. Is there anything else? No. Is her cervical spinal cord happy now? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to just leave it at that now. But I hope in the future she calls into my show. And if she notices any shift, which she probably will, she'll at least know there's a doorway out of this. And I'll hopefully allow her to open the doorway. So let's take a caller instead.
Okay. Well, Donald isn't on the phone.
Okay.
When you were saying how you were all this and all that and everything, not just a walk-in, I wanted to do this.
Bloody freaking God!
So there we go. Now, Donald is in the hospital right now. He's been in the hospital for a few weeks. He's waiting for surgery that's supposed to happen tomorrow. And he is going to have a triple bypass tomorrow. In addition to that, he has, they say, COPD and a problem with the kidney that they've discovered through all of this as well. So whatever healing you can provide or
Cool.
thoughts you can give to him and
Cool.
transmit right
Okay.
now, he's listening, and that would be great.
Okay, the first thing that you're going to work as surrogate for him. You're going to say yes for him. We're going to do
Okay.
some access clearing. Okay, this is one of the weirdest ones, and I always get so much flack because I give away too
This
much.
is the guy, this is your cousin, the guy with the lesbian shirt, just so you know, okay?
Yeah.
So Donald, okay? Go
So
ahead.
I am a lesbian in a man's body. I knew that before I knew I was a walk-in. So anyway, I'll claim, own, and acknowledge my lesbian in a man's body before I'll fully claim, own, and acknowledge the walk-in that I might be. Okay, and the fact that I might be Sir Francis Bacon. But anyway, there's access clearing. One second, I got to pull up this one because it's a long one. It's called the Universal Surrogate Program, which a lot of people on this planet are running. And no one's going to understand the wording of this, and it's fine because your subconscious mind will understand. But the more if you're still running it after this call, you can go back and listen again and say yes again and again and again, and it'll clear more. And basically, it's implants. Implants are put in your physical body. Explants are put in your energy bodies, or your Bechamex, which is a combination of all your physical and spiritual bodies. This one's both implanted and explanted in all those. So it's kind of hard to get rid of unless we run this thing a lot of times, and sometimes it only takes one time. So I'm going to run it one time, and I got to find it programmed. Okay, it's a long one, so I'm bringing it up on my computer. There it is. The Universal Surrogate Program. And I'm asking you to be surrogate for him and say yes. And even though surrogateness is good and bad, if you're giving birth to a child, a surrogate's good to have. If you can't give birth and you need to put your sperm in another person's body. But the surrogate that people are trying to be on this reality is to take on all the shit from everyone else's, all the shit that they're choosing and trying to heal it in your body because you think you're so great that you need to heal everyone else. Anyway, it's a subconsciously it's a superiority complex. So I'm going to say this and no one's going to understand what I said, but I'm going to ask you to say yes for him. What are you unwilling to perceive, know, be, and receive about creating reality with the binary encodings and the inclusions of the languages of never perceiving, knowing, being, receiving, claiming, owning, and acknowledging the infinite limitations, liabilities, and destructions that the form, structure, and significances that represent the double binds and the reverse double binding systems, known and unknown, that you have maintaining the Universal Surrogate Program and everything they represent to and as you truly are is, as the all-encompassing, labyrinthal, kaleidoscopic, triangulational, and quantum creation of the universal panoplies of realities and the causal effect systems thereof that if you were willing would destroy all other realities and non-realities and manifest as total consciousness. Everything that brings up times a Buddha-zillion through all time, spaces, dimensions, and realities, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it all now?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pock, shorts, boys and beyonds. No, we need to run. Okay, there's one other one that's like it, but it's called the FAT program. It's PHAT. And FAT stands for the Program of Human Approximation Terminus. And I'm going to just pull it up. Do you know the difference between a human and a humanoid based on access consciousness? Have you ever heard of that idea?
Yes.
Okay, so most of the people calling into shows like this are humanoids, which humanoids are like horses who are trying to wear a cow costume because everyone on this planet is a cow, and you're trying to fit into this reality by wearing a cow costume, but you're not a freaking cow, you're a horse. So if you